Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel. My name is Nicole Danielle, and here we talk about all things family, faith, homeschooling. Stick around because I share real life stuff, real hard stuff, and I'm not gonna sugarcoat anything and beat around the bush. So without further ado, let's just jump into the video. Hello and welcome back. I am Nicole Danielle. Yesterday I put out an overview of my oldest high school years, like all of them, and it was a lot of information. So today I just wanted to come back to you and just talk about ninth grade. Kind of a looking back on ninth grade because I have now officially walked through 2 ninth grade years. And so let's just jump into it. They both look very different. I think that's important to remember when you are planning for your different children or walking into it and you're like, oh, I did this one and my oldest or this kid did so good with this grade and it'll be a breeze for them. No, it won't be. Okay, it might not be. How about that? I'll maybe encourage you just a little bit. It might not be a breeze. It might not be okay. Your family life changes. They change. Their personalities are different. The way they learn is different. Each individual child is a different human being and has a different purpose in their life, a different goal. They're driven by different things. You guys know this. So I will continue on. Sorry, I saw a bird. I get distracted very easily. So let's just go ahead and go over my oldest son's ninth grade year. He had a really good ninth grade year. We were in a little suburban neighborhood. We were involved in a local church. He attended youth group every Wednesday and Sunday, and he did trips with them. He was heavily involved in student leadership and music. He was involved in the student worship program there, and it felt like it was just great. Our family life was what I thought was perfect. And he just had a very successful ninth grade year. I did talk about him in the previous video, so I will not continue on. So we used Ambleside for our main spine. So everything that he did was firmly rooted in Ambleside. His literature, Bible, worldviews, citizenship, I remembered the word. I was really embarrassed. Logic, worldviews, did I say that? If you have not checked that website out, it is an incredible resource. Even if you have your main curriculum laid out, even if you're not changing, because we talked about yesterday how we're not going to change things if they're working for our children. If they are excelling and they are loving it, we're not going to change it on them. Okay? We're not going to do that because it makes you happy and you want to check it out. If it's working for your child and they are in love with it, you're going to stick with it. Let's not make our children chase butterflies with us. So that worked for him. I think I just distracted myself. See, I chase butterflies a lot. But so even if you have your curriculum picked out, you can go there and you can look at their riches. You can look at the book list that they are offering. If for Bible you have a curriculum picked out, you can go there and you can just look at their book choices. If you have a history curriculum picked out and you wanted to throw in a couple books, they have biographies. You can go through, you don't necessarily have to go to their year also. So the way Ambleside works is it's by year. It's year 1 through year 12, but they are very advanced. I'm talking about like year 11 and 12 are college level readings. So both of my boys were actually in year 8 book list for Ambleside in their 9th grade year. And go there and look. What do they suggest for worldviews? What do they suggest for citizenship? You might actually really love what they have to offer and throw that in to the mix of your child's year. So that was his spine. He did apologetics through master books called Cultural Issues. He loved it. We, aside from the Charlotte Mason, reading, narration, dictation, those types of things, I threw in Fix It Grammar from IEW. We did Jensen's vocabulary for a while, and then it got too much and we put it down because we can do that. There is freedom in this homeschool world. He used geometry through teaching textbooks, not the online version. He used the book version. He is very mathematically inclined. I did not have to assist very often. He excelled. He did really well. Through science, or for his science, I added in Master Books Life Science. That was very, very cool. He really loved that one. It's more of an apologetic type science. God versus evolution. He loved it. They have videos for that as well. Spanish 1, we did a Becca video. He did not like it. I truly believe that we're going to struggle with foreign language in this household. I personally went to a public school in high school. I did Spanish 1 and Spanish 2 honors. I loved it. That's why I was like, oh, okay. I mean, at least I have a little bit of knowledge in Spanish. I can say some sentences and I can ask you where the bathroom is. If you have little ones and you're watching this for some reason, I'm not sure why, start Spanish now in elementary school. They have really cool stuff, but we're not here to talk about elementary school. I would start it now. We struggled with Spanish simply because he didn't really have the ability to conversate with people other than, mom, but mom is homeschooling 2 other people. The teacher was fine, and the way it was laid out was fine. I just don't think it clicked with him. I think foreign language needs to be done in a group setting with a foreign language teacher. I'm not sure how to fix that. And again, you'll see that in future videos. If you have any advice on foreign language, can you just let me know, please? Drop me some video links. Give me all of your advice and your suggestions, because that is one subject where we lack. And my middle son wants to do German. German? Yes, he wants to do German. I did Spanish. His father did Russian, and he is our clown, and he wants to do German. It's going to be great. Oh, pray for me. And then again, as I said, he was heavily involved in music. So that was his freshman year of high school. For my middle son, last year, our family life was a nightmare. In June, right before I start school, we typically do year-round schooling. We finish somewhere around May. We start back in July. Our family imploded, whatever. There was shrapnel everywhere in June, and my teenagers were deeply affected by what happened inside the 4 walls of our home. And we had a horrible year last year. I am so proud of what he did accomplish last year. I am so proud of him. It was just difficult. And there's grace in that. And celebrate their small victories and celebrate what they did do. And don't be discouraged, because there is the summer and there's next year. And like I firmly believe we don't have to teach them to know all of the things. They don't have to memorize all of the things. They don't need to remember everything that they learned in high school. Do you remember everything that you learned in high school? Because I don't. I slept through most of it. I didn't like it. I graduated. I walked across the stage with my class. I was middle to bottom middle of my class, and I'm here. I'm thriving. It's wonderful. If I want to learn something, I will pick up a book and I will learn it. So just give your kids all the grace that you would yourself hope for and want. So with all of that being said, we started out with online teaching textbooks for Algebra 1. He did great with pre-algebra the year before. He did great. He finished with like a high A in his math. Excuse me, I'm going to drink some coffee. He finished with a high A in pre-algebra. And then something happened. I mean, we all know what happened. Our family fell apart. And so we started out with the online version of teaching textbooks. Look, it's very affordable. It's so affordable. If you don't like math, try it out. Your child might excel with this program. You do not have to grade. They automatically grade it. I thought it was going to be a blessing. I needed help. I needed somebody to come alongside my children and help me, desperately help me. I needed it. And so that's what I chose. And it didn't work. And I was distracted. And he was distracted. But it didn't work for him. He would take hours to get through one lesson or days to get through one lesson. And it wasn't computing. And he got like 20 lessons into that. And weeks went by, and I asked him, I was still scheduling it. I was not checking it. I was still scheduling it. He was marking it off. And one day I just looked, and he was on like lesson 20 something, and I had already scheduled like lesson 40 or 50 something. And I was like, something's got to give. What is actually going on? It's so important to check in with your children, especially the quiet ones. And he didn't understand it. It wasn't teaching him well. He was struggling, and he felt like he was stupid in math. And so we switched him over to Saxon Algebra 1. Was that a smart choice? I don't know. I don't know if it was a smart choice. But I had it on hand in my curriculum library. I had Saxon Algebra 1. It worked for my oldest. He excelled in it. Y'all, stop. And because there are, you can look up other videos and things like that on teaching textbooks and stuff. I'm not here to bash the company. It just didn't work for my middle son. That's all. And then I started hearing that it wasn't working for other people's children for Algebra 1. And I guess it's a learning style. And so I started him on the first page of the Saxon book because it's different, and Saxon is rigorous, and teaching textbooks is not rigorous. And he was devastated. He's like, I have to do an entire curriculum all over again. Like, I'm a quarter of the way through the other one. He wasn't a quarter of the way through the other one, but we were halfway through the year. And so Saxon worked for a little while, until it didn't. And he got some of the way through it. And because we went back to the very beginning, it gave him a little bit more confidence, I guess you will. And he was acing the test. And then life set in because our family was still struggling, and we got a partway through that curriculum, and then we stopped. And then with science, he did physical science, J. Wiles' physical science book. The book, I think you can purchase it through Berean Builders. I also think you can purchase it through Apologia. I have heard things about their Apologia's new curriculum. I personally have not ever experienced the new author, but we do love J. Weil. We love the way he writes to the children, to the high schooler, not to like little kids stuff. His writing style is really, really cool for high schoolers. And so you can purchase it, I know, through Berean Builders, and they have a test and an answer key and things like that. Sorry, more coffee? Okay. They also have a lab kit. I highly encourage you to, if you're going to do those types of books, to purchase the lab kit that comes with it. The lab kit is worth every single penny and then some because, through christianbook.com. Christianbook.com is a great resource to purchase all of your homeschool curriculum. They run sales a lot. Also, side note, my favorite place to purchase Bibles is christianbook.com. I feel like they always have a sale running. But the lab kits, if you just type in Apologia Physical Science or Physical Science or whatever, it'll pop up and you can find the lab kit to match your curriculum. Okay. What else did he do? So we started off with The Good and the Beautiful English 1. I cannot sing its praises enough. When we open those books for The Good and the Beautiful, the high school English that they have 1, 2, and 3. I do not think they're going to come out with the 4th one. I do not know. It was everything that I wanted. It was perfect. It covers geography and poetry and art study. And it's just so beautiful. I know you can hear it everywhere, and I will sing its praises until I stop homeschooling, and probably beyond that. I'm so grateful that I took that plunge. It has everything that you need right there in a beautiful little package. I do not have anything with me. It comes with 10 units, each in like a workbook style unit. You hand it to your child, they do the unit, they turn it in, and you grade it. If that does not work for you and your child, you can check in with them every Wednesday or Friday or whatever works for your family and just make sure they're doing it. You can also sit there and do the first couple pages. They have dictation where you can sit there with them and go over that. They have a art project in the back of the book, a writing project, and it comes with a literature selection. It was great. It was beautiful. He did so well with the first 3 units. Yeah, I said 3. And then it was just too much for him because he was also taking a class outside of our home, which is exactly what our family needed this year. Our family needed that desperately this year. He needed another teacher pushing him. He needed peers around him to cheer him on. He needed that so badly. And that was the geography through Knotgrass is what she used. And so Knotgrass, their high school levels, I believe all of their levels actually are 3 credits in 1 subject. So you buy a book and you get a Bible, English, and history credit, all 3 of those. And so on top of The Good and the Beautiful's English, which he has since finished Unit 4, and we are currently working on Unit 5 to get that finished up. It's just so good. Moving on. So she was having them do grammar things, writing things, literature books, and of course the geography and the Bible, the worldviews. And it was just good. That is the only curriculum that he finished entirely this year. That's it. And I owe a lot of gratitude for her involvement in his life this year. It was challenging, and I was angry sometimes at the workload. And he struggled under the weight of it, but it pushed him, and he needed it. Personal finance. He did do personal finance this year because where my first high schooler did Spanish 1 and 2 freshman, sophomore year, I knew that my middle could not handle that kind of workload. And so we did personal finance this year. We did consumer math last year with him in 8th grade. And so that just seemed like a fun, easy thing. That is his favorite subject this year, and that is one that he has almost completed. We're still working on like the last unit or something like that. I'm not exactly certain. For health, last year in 8th grade, he did the 9th grade Abeka health curriculum. It's good. It goes over everything that you would need. It's high school level. You can use it 9th through 12th grade. I guess 8th through 12th grade. Both of my boys did it in the 8th grade. I found it used for like $5 at a thrift store. And then we added in other things, Fearfully and Wonderfully Made from year 8 in Ambleside. And then he did like I couldn't find everything that he watched on YouTube because we do a lot of documentaries. And the 2 of them that I do remember him watching was called The Dangers of Social Media. It's excellent. All of your children and yourself included should watch that documentary together. It's called The Dangers of Social Media. And then another one that he watched was Let Food Be Thy Medicine. We also watched something on the metaverse, like a warning for the metaverse. That was pretty fascinating. Both of my boys, the way I have raised them, neither one of them are interested at all in social media. They know it's like soul sucking, whatever. They have no interest whatsoever to be on like TikTok or any of them, Snapchat or anything like that. So I think the best thing that we can do for our children is to teach them what is actually out there without exposing them to it and letting them get hurt. There are too many children being bullied, even to the point of taking their own lives over social media, and it's just not worth it. And I'm thankful that my boys have never pushed that boundary and never cared and never desired that. And then I think to finish out his year or his whatever, we did Ambleside year 8, lightly, very lightly. We always use their Bible cycles. They go through and they read slowly through the Bible every couple of years, and then it cycles back through. So we're keeping up with that. And then for citizenship, he read Ourselves, and logic, he read How to Read a Book. It's really good. Both of my boys have read this book, and they're like, why do you need to read a book on how to read a book? It's really cool. It talks about like taking bite-sized pieces and digesting it and really processing through it. It's a huge book. It's spread over like year 8 and 9, maybe even 10. A lot of Ambleside's books are done like that. They really slowly process through these books. And then government and economics, he has read about partway through Whatever Happened to Justice. And then to top off their education, we use Ambleside's cycle of like artists and composers and poetry. Though we didn't do a lot of that this year, we started off okay, and we just, family life was really rough this year. And then my oldest being in dual enrollment and working a lot, I was just very defeated myself. I was kind of wallowing in the fact that I didn't have him anymore under my feet. And so we didn't do a whole lot of morning basket time. And our year just became, we were just in survival mode this past year. Very, very much a survival mode. But that's what we do those things through Ambleside. They pick the prints, the artist prints, the folk songs. We do handicraft each year. We've done woodworking, wood burning, or wood carving, not working. Wood carving, wood burning. What else have we done? Paper folding. I'm not sure what else we've done, but it's been fun. And I think that's it. We do free reads and things like that. I will read to them whatever. I think we started reading like The Green Emperor this year. My oldest was like, this is a really slow book. And it starts off really slow. We do Mad Libs. That is one of their favorite things to do together. Brain benders, mind benders. Just keep it fun. We read our Bible together, little devotionals. We try to read a biography. We read the Tuttle Twin books, Shakespeare. I really like the condensed Shakespeare. You're not reading actually through like the entire plays. You're just, I think the one that I have is from Usborne books, the Shakespeare ones. Charles and Mary Lamb have a really good Shakespeare book. And they're just funny. My kids love the funny ones. I think we will always remember A Midsummer Night's Dream. It's just funny. It's just all funny. They get a kick out of Shakespeare and the love triangles and the, oh my gosh, what in the world are they thinking? We've read through some of Plutarch and we will continue through that with that. That's all Charlotte Mason inspired things. Just teaching your kid, their place in society and their duty as a human being and how to be just a nice and kind and helpful person and not to raise them selfishly, which is so difficult, especially during these past couple of years with everything going on and this pandemic and shutdowns. And we have a tendency to just be selfish people and to just desire what we want and to be entertained all the time. And we struggle with that in our home. We do. We are not perfect people by no means. I think I've probably got 2 of them upstairs right now playing on video games and 1 of them at VBS. So thank you, churches, for VBS. I think also trying to get them out and volunteering. Volunteering is actually what is that word? Look, I don't know words. It's required through our cover school. Volunteering service hours are required to do, but it gets them like a little honors medal or something at the end. I'm not sure, but okay, I'm gonna cut it here. That is what we did for 9th grade. Looking back, I wish I could say I'm really excited about 10th grade, but I'm just really confused about 10th grade right now. And we're not talking about that because this is about 9th grade. Hey, okay, so I also wanted to show you guys this piece of paper. I'll probably just take a picture of it and post it in the video because that'll probably be better. I talked about this in my last video. I just took what was required of my student for their 4 years of high school and did it on this sheet of paper and laid out 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th. This child, I was smarter and did it all in pencil so I can erase and then go back in pen and actually write down what we did do and how well I followed the plan. Just a great thing to have a plan. You can't really do high school without a plan. And then also, one of my favorite things is this notebook. This, it's 5-star. It's a 3-ring notebook, but it's really flimsy. And it fits a ton of things. It's expandable. And we kind of do everything in here with our schoolwork. I make these planner pages. I've designed them myself to fit for my children and what we do. And it's just 5 days a week. Sometimes we've printed out 4 days a week because with year-round homeschooling, you can get away with doing school 4 days a week. So we do that. And then I love these things so much. I'm so glad that I remembered to show you guys these things. So they come with these dividers, which are really, really thick, and they have the pockets and the holders, and then this right here to, I don't know, index cards. Then there's also a different style that comes with it. There's 2 of those, and then there's this really cool pocket that, oh boy, I'm sorry. That was probably loud. It's different. Where it's a big one, a big pocket up here that holds like a huge piece of paper. And that's where our Good and the Beautiful, his poetry and geography memorization cards go in there. And it's just a great place. This is where he keeps his math work, his narrations, tests and quizzes and everything that I need him to keep up with. This is what he uses to keep up with. And nothing is broken. This thing has been put through the ringer. And it's not broken. It's not like your typical 3-ring binder that just falls apart and the clips don't work anymore. I love these things and I'll use them forever. Yeah. And so with that, that's all. That's all I wanted to insert myself in saying. So whatever you do, pray about it. Love your children. Check in with them. Remember that they don't have to have perfect grades. They are learning how to be an adult, and just encourage them to do whatever they want to do in life and to just be happy, because that should be our goal, their happiness. We don't want them to, I don't know, be chasing whatever the world tells them to chase. We just want them to be happy, whatever they choose to do, and to love God and to be a good human being. But with that, I will see you later. Bye, guys.